Posterizing artwork. Here I have a photo and I want to posterize it. So why do we do this? Well, we do it to lower the amount of color in a piece, okay? And we also make it to have some kind of graphic designish look, okay? So here I have black and white. Now note that I had a video on black and white just before this one, and I did this process. Okay, so as a prerequisite, I would highly suggest watching the black and white version. Posterizing has to deal with stealing the color out, and it's very simple to do. There's no tricks to it that I have to do ahead of time. Image, adjustment, posterize. This is kind of like the threshold for color. And you can see that, yeah, it does that. Now I have only a few degrees of color in here. And if I lower it all the way down, it's a pretty neat effect, really. Especially when you add it to something else. So if you add this to black and white, it looks amazing. I'm just going to do that real quick, just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. If I take this image that is highly posterized and add it to multiply, you can see that I have all the black and white added to the posterization. I like this so much, I'm going to keep it the way it is, and we're going to take it a step further. Another thing that I like doing with the posterize is I can turn it into a vector pretty easy. So if you look at this as a piece, I have an outline, right? If I go in here and use the magic wand tool, you're going to find that this has a whole bunch of holes. Okay, absolutely mind-numbing amount of holes. What I want to do is kind of seal up some of those holes so I can use it as a vector piece. Okay, well, how do I do that? Very simple. I can go in and make a new layer. And I can spend a few minutes with the pen tool on this new layer with black. And I'm just going to go in and seal up holes. Okay, there's some holes there. I'm just putting a line here. It doesn't have to be really thick. See one right there. Okay, so let's see how that works. All right, now I have to use sample all layers for this to work. Still some holes. Now it's time to zoom in and go all the way around the outside edge. Now I could do this, or I could paint in the selection. Since this has a pretty good form already set down, I don't want to do the other method because it takes too long. Okay. So just going around the outside edge, looking for any gaps. And even the smallest gap will produce bad results. So again, let's try that out. There we go. Good stuff. Well, what I could do here is take the posterize effect up at the top, and if I want to, I can make a new layer. Ooh, isn't that cool? So what if I inverted it though? Let's take this and invert it. Image, adjustment, invert. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. Would be nice if the whole bird was there, but check this out. Command C. Let's go into Illustrator for a second. So Photoshop is great for minimizing the color ahead of time. File new, I'll just hit OK if it pops up. Now this is letter. So this is 8.5 by 11. This picture is going to be big. So I'm going to paste it in, but I'm going to have to take it and rescale it. Oh, see what happened there? In Photoshop, I have to go edit, copy, merged. Okay, that'll merge all the things together. That way when I bring it into Illustrator and go edit, paste, still going to be big, but now it's going to be colorful. Okay, since this is vector artwork, size really doesn't factor in. I can make this 8.5 by 11 and it'll be alright. I can make it 1,000,000 by 1,000,000. It'll still be okay. So I'm going to lower it down to 8.5 by 11 just because it's good to size manage it for future use. These are raster images. Okay, so you can see the pixelation that occurs. What I'm going to do is live trace this with color. And I'm going to do it with color 6. Look how nice those lines turned out. Look how nice the piece turned out because the fact that you took the time to go into Photoshop and steal away some of the color. You did some work with the black and white, and then you posterized it. So it becomes a very strong graphic design type of piece. Okay? Very cool. All right, so that is posterizing and why we do it. Enjoy.